The strategy that I'm about to show you guys today is for people who are extremely serious about pronunciation and want to find real change in how they are saying words and sentences in American English pronunciation. So if that sounds like you, stay tuned because I got 3 steps that might make your studying much easier and more successful. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to your daily American English pronunciation show. Wake up, American. We are here Monday through Friday, which is today. Happy Friday, everybody, to make sure that you can get in your 5 to 10 minutes of American English pronunciation practice in for today. And to guide you in this process, there is me. Hello, my name is Jeff. It rhymes with breath. It's one of the 4 keys to a natural sound in American English pronunciation, including placement, pitch, breath, and trying to weaken those consonant sounds to strengthen your vowel sounds. And what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be talking a little bit about shadowing. If you don't know what shadowing is a technique for practicing a language. It's an effective tool, but it's one that can be a little bit tricky because it doesn't change how you talk overnight. This is something that is going to take weeks and months, not just like hours and days. So if you're a type of person who is patient in thinking about the long term goal, not just the short term, then this is going to be a strategy that'll be very effective for you. Hello to Ganchium's back. Thank you so much for being with us. Milad is here. Thanks for stopping by. And Emmanuel is here once more as well. If you are here with me, be sure to say hey, because I want to say hi to you. I just like saying hi. Okay, so first things first, what are we going to need? So the first step I would recommend is that we need to download a program. There are many different types of programs that you can choose from, but the one that I'm going to be showing today is a program called Audacity. For those of you who don't know, Audacity is free, and basically it's like a sound editing platform. Okay, hello to Mattia. And it looks a little bit like this. Allow me to pop it open. Give me 1 second, and behold, so this is what Audacity looks like. Okay, so you can see if this looks intimidating, don't worry. We don't need to use all of these things because they can do a lot, but we do need to use a couple things that it allows us to do. Okay, so once we have Audacity, the next thing that we need some sort of audio file, some audio file that you are using to copy your sound. Okay, so let's say that you downloaded a podcast episode. What I'm going to do is take that audio and I'm just going to put it into there. And in fact, I'll show you, we'll walk through all the steps. So let me reshare my screen so you can see my messy desktop and everything. It's going to be great. All right, 1 second. You're going to see an infinite window. Oh my gosh, there's 1,000 jobs. Oh my gosh, what is happening? Okay, so here's Audacity. I'm going to go to some downloaded podcasts I have so you can see all different audio files here. Okay, and I'm just going to take an audio file, I'm going to click it, drag it over, and behold, look at that. It's in Audacity. Look at that. It's perfect. Okay, so that was the first step. The next step that I need to do is stop sharing just for a moment. Okay, so we did that. By the way, if you don't have Audacity, again, you don't have to use Audacity. You can use other programs too. You may even be able to do this, like for instance, in like iMovie. If you can upload like audio files or something like that, you need something that can just put sound files together. Okay, I'm just gonna make your life a little bit easier. Okay, so once you have that, and by the way, if you also don't, maybe you want to shadow me. Oh my gosh, if you go to fluentamerican.com/podcast, some of our own shadowing videos. In case you don't know, we have a YouTube channel that does shadowing, which is youtube.com/at Fluent American Shadowing. So if you're not sure materials or you want to practice with our materials are nice because they have pauses, so that way you can repeat and I show you the stress words and things like that. Um, so if you go to fluentamerican.com/podcast, you can actually download some of our shadowing videos. So if you don't have anything, you can go there and download a file. Just a note. But find your audio file that you want. The next thing that we need to do is we need to make a recording of ourselves saying whatever is being said. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen once more. It's going to be great. Let's go to Audacity here. I need to hear what they're going to say. Let's imagine we're just going to copy this first part.
And so when I went to researchers and I asked them about this,
And so when I went to researchers and I asked them about this, okay, so that's what they said. So what I need to do is I need to make a recording. I can record on my phone. I can use like vocaroo.com. In this case, I have like a screen recorder software, so I'm just going to use that. Okay. And I'm going to make my audio file. Okay, so let's hear what the original is again.
and so when I went to researchers and I asked them about
And so when I went to researchers and I asked them about this, okay, it's going to give me my file. Okay, this is going to get a little loud, so I'm going to stop sharing just for a moment. Give me a second. I'm going to save that file. We'll just call it Jeff's. Okay. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add what I just did to it. Okay, we'll share the screen again and the audio. Okay. And I forget all my tools in Audacity. Audacity can do so much. No, that's not what I wanted. Okay, regardless, I'm going to put my file upload. So I'm just clicking and dragging. So I'm just taking Jeff's and adding it to Audacity, and now I have mine. Look. So this bottom one is my file, and then the top one is the master file. And the last thing that I want to do is I just want to try to sync everything up a little bit. Okay, so you can move things around if you click this. And then you can just like highlight moments. And I forget how to cut. This is where I want to make a break. And unfortunately, I forget where to do that. There we go. Cool, cool, cool. So now I just split it. So in case you don't know what I just did, let me show you why this is important. Okay, so right now, my audio is just this part here. This is the only part I want. I just want this part. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go there, go to edit. I'm going to go to, where did I do? Time shift, where does it say split, 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 split? Where'd the split go? No, I want the split. Okay, well, I got my split there. Yeah, hopefully this goes easier for you than it is for me. Basically, you want to be able to split the audio. Okay, so play around with this so that way you just have that little section, because that's the only part that you need. You don't need everything. And basically, then what you would do is once you have a split, you would then sync it. So I'm going to put my audio right after the original audio. So then when I'm listening, I hear this part, and then I hear my audio. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of replay that over and over again. Okay, so that way I can hear the original audio and then I can hear myself. And by bouncing between those, I can hear the native speaker, hear myself, hear the native speaker, hear myself, hear the native speaker, hear myself over and over and over again. I'm going to also demonstrate this in another program I have. So maybe you don't have Audacity. Maybe you have maybe your computer has like a video editing software or something like that. So I'm going to walk you through the steps so that way you can do it there. Just a note, Ganchiam, thank you so much. They say, I want your accent because my accent or voice is similar to your voice. I think that's really important when you're trying to decide who to shadow. It can be really helpful to pick someone who has a similar vocal range to you. I think that's a good strategy. Okay. You can also do someone that you like. Like if you just like how they talk, you can pick them too. But it can be helpful. It can make things more manageable if you are picking from sources that are similar to your voice. All right, give me a sec. I'm going to share my screen again. Okay, so once more, I have my file. So there's mine. Well, let me share once more. I'm going to share my audio so you guys can hear. That's my mistake. So you're going to be able to hear me. And you'll also be able to hear this as well. Okay, so I've added this. And so when I went to researchers and I asked them about this. All right, so that was mine. And then we need to find from the transcript. I think it was this one. Don't exactly remember.
And so when I went to researchers and I asked them about this with
Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get rid of the other part. Just keep mine. And so, perfect. Okay. And now I'll be able to compare.
And so when I went to researchers and I asked them about this.
And so when I went to researchers and I asked them about this. Okay, so I noticed that my diss sounds a little bit different than theirs. And what you can do is you can also like copy and paste it like multiple times. So that, and then the last thing you can do is you could save it as a file. It's like my shadowing test. And then that's going to make things nice and easy for me to practice. So now I have a single file where everything is together.
And so when I went to researchers and I asked them about this.
And so when I went to researchers and I asked them about this. Okay, so now I have my shadowing file. Okay. So that is just another option that you can use for shadowing. If you have another strategy that works for you, feel free to take it. Mayo saying they use a voice recorder and then the original audio using a different player. So that works. If that voice recorder you have takes the audio from your computer, that's another option you can do too. Hello to Nina. Great to see you. Thanks for stopping by. What I would also say another option too, some microphones have, in fact, this microphone, oh, this camera angle is not going to show it. Some microphones actually, let me see. I don't know if you can see it. There's a headphone jack right there. Okay, so there is an actual headphone jack right there. And so what that lets you do for some microphones is it lets you actually hear yourself as you talk. So that way, it's not perfect, like it's going to be really, really fast, but it is just another way that you can kind of listen and check yourself to see are you pronouncing things differently or the same or things like that. Because that's another thing. The last tool that might be helpful for shadowing that I would mention is if you're looking for microphones, by the way, some microphones have what's called side tone. Okay, side tone basically means that as you talk into the microphone, you can hear yourself a little bit. Okay, so another tool you can do is to get yourself a microphone that has some side tone, so that way, every time you say something, you can also hear what you're saying. Okay, so it's going to be a headset kind of like this, where it has the microphone attached and the headphones itself. So that's just another tool that may be helpful. Hello to Chris from the Congo. Thanks for stopping by. All right, guys. So, once more, if you're looking for resources for shadowing, I strongly encourage you to check out youtube.com/@fluentamericanshadowing. That is our shadowing channel. The videos are designed for shadowing. They give you pauses for you to repeat. They also show you the stressed words. They also show you where the thought groups end to help you with your rhythm and things like that. You can find it on our homepage, or again, just checking Fluent American Shadowing or typing in Fluent American Shadowing into the YouTube search bar. That will help you find it as well. We also, again, have downloadable audio files, MP3 files, podcast files. If you go to fluentamerican.com/podcast and you want to shadow some of those videos, you want to download them and things like that as an audio format, because some of our shadowing videos are available there. All right, guys, let me know how your shadowing goes. This is, again, it's a slow process. It takes time. Don't expect things to change dramatically. These things, yes, be a little bit patient with, but practicing shadowing, 5 minutes a day, 10 minutes a day, do that for a couple months. You're going to put yourself in a great position for success long term. With that, I will see you all later. Thank you guys for your time. Look, there's a million resources out there. There's so many American English pronunciation resources out there. So the fact that you guys turned to us today and this week and things is greatly, greatly appreciated. Hope you guys have a good day, have a good night, have a good afternoon. We will see you guys next week. Take care.